what does a successful mug design really mean? Well, I want to get in some numbers here. I'm going to show you some of the best-selling mug designs that are on Amazon right now and how many sales that they generate on average. All right, so let's start. This is a great example for a mug design that sells the entire year. So it's not just based on one holiday. It just happens to be selling all the time. So since this particular mug started to sell, you can see it on a consistent rise. You see the graph right there. It continually sells more and more. That's because Amazon, once you get initial sales and reviews, will continue to push your product to people. You're in partnership with them. They make money, you make money. It's very simple. They want to make more money. And if your design shows to be a moneymaker, it makes sense for them to help you sell it even more. This mug on average does about 20 sales a day, which, as you see there, ends up being about 7,300 sales for the whole year. This simple mug design is a perfect example of how powerful this mug is for specific events like Father's Day. We saw this one there a minute, but best father ever. Oops, I mean father. Only in June, at a time for Father's Day, this particular mug brought in over 10,000 sales to its seller. But here's an interesting thing. This mug sells also throughout the year. So on average, as you see from that chart there, this mug will do about 50 sales per day. Here's another great example, but this time it is for moms. As you can see, this mug gets a lot of sales for Christmas and Mother's Day, but the message itself is not tied to any specific event. So getting sales, it gets sales the whole year. This specific mug gets on average about 70 sales per day, which is 25,550 sales per year. Blows my mind. Very easy design to do. Another mug here from the bestsellers list that gets tons of sales throughout the year and then explodes around a big holiday like Christmas, right? You see how this jumps there right around Christmas time, World's Best Boss. It also jumps around Boss Day, which is right there at the beginning of October. This particular mug sells on average 27 times a day, or almost 10,000 sales for the entire year. This is one of my favorite examples, and as you can see, this mug sells great. Even better around some holidays like Christmas and Mother's Day, and it keeps selling more and more as time goes on. Over the past 6 months, this mug is averaging 30 sales a day, or almost 11,000 sales per year. And this mug has been selling well for over 2 years. In addition to a boost in sales during the important holidays, this mug design brings, on average, about 57 sales each day. Crazy. Here's another one. This mug is one of the best sellers for over the year, bringing on average 25 sales a day. Just like getting engaged, moving into a new home is something that is not tied to a specific event, so the sales are strong throughout the whole year. This particular mug brings on average about 25 sales a day. And again, it's very easy to do. So just imagine one simple design to create that you can create can bring you between 7,000 or 25,000 sales in a year. All right. And when I break down the profit numbers, it's going to blow your mind what you can make with this. So remember, you don't pay anything up front. All right. Whether you sell 1,000, 10,000, or even 100,000 mugs, you only pay after the sale is made. All right. You don't have to buy these in advance. That's why you can't fail with this model. So let's be conservative here. Let's say that you just do 2,000 sales per year. All right. And let's consider that to be a success. But what about the money from that, right? So this is where we get into the profit margins. So let's say you do 2,000 sales a year. That sounds amazing, but we want to see what is actually deposited into your bank account. So let's talk about that. So one of the reasons I love mugs is that it has such a high profit margin. The standard retail price of a mug is right around $14.95. All right, so we're going to shoot to sell it, and just so you know, I sell usually now a lot higher than that. But for now, let's just go $14.95, and nothing stops you from selling it more in the future. Now, the $3.95 is what the manufacturer is going to charge us for the cost of the mugs. That's what we get for our members, and I'll tell you more about it later. But the shipping on this thing is going to be about $4.95. All right, and we have to add that in. So the price that is going to be paid by the customer is $19.90. All right. So like I said, the expense is $3.95. That's what was being charged for the mug itself. The shipping on that, we're going to have the customer pay the shipping. They're paying $4.90. They're charging us $4.95, the manufacturer. We're going to charge the customer the same thing. So it's kind of like a wash right there. And Amazon does charge fees in this example, or in Etsy, they're going to charge their fees. So we have to take that out in the expense column. So the customer paid us $19.90. We're getting charged $11.31 to complete that sale. So our profit margin per sale of a white mug is $8.59. That's almost 50% profit on every sale. So going back